Not disturb though, so I don't know if she'll get it.
Hello, adventurers. Welcome to our little stream. My brain just went off the rails. Hello, my name is Maximus, and I'll be your dungeon master for the evening. I'd like to welcome you all to the 28th episode of Campaign 2 of Castles and Cantrips, where some of your favorite streamers play Dungeons and Dragons live on Friday nights. I'm joined by our amazing cast of Bunny Dreadful, Nina Nikolic, Virtual Spectre, and moves like Jagger from the GGN crew. Yay!
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 I just had that moment where like I was in intro mode and then my mind just slipped. And it just started drifting off, and I was like, "Wait, what was I doing?"
Me too.
It's been a
new year
week back, you know.
Yeah, it is a new year, a new me that is older and more senile, more distracted. I don't know, but I will say a couple of things. SFX Acidic, thank you so much for the raid, bringing your community on over here. Hope you all are ready for some D&D action today. It's going to be fun, as well as Aeon. Thank you for gifting subs to the community. That's so nice of you. With that being said, if this is your first time here, maybe you've forgotten, once we get the game started, it's D&D serious mode time. But we do thank you for your support. We see it in chat. We see it in our hearts. We very much appreciate it. Speaking of ways to support us, if you haven't, both on YouTube and on Twitch, we have some nice little shiny emotes. So if you want to flex on chat, you can be a subscriber on Twitch or a member on YouTube. Go check those out. That's the way to do it.
Every time me and VS try to coordinate flexing, it never.
Mine is
well, y'all
the right
are not
arm.
anywhere near on the screen.
Wait.
There we go.
Wait.
Yeah. No.
That's wrong.
Yeah, You're mirrored to you, but not. There you go. We did it. We figured
almost.
It out. But our YouTube channel is at Casters and Cantrips. If you would like to peruse over there, we also have a podcast which is available everywhere podcasts are sold, including Spotify, Apple, Google, Castbox, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, YouTube, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. So if you're on a podcast platform and you don't see our podcast, just let me know so I can put it there because it's everywhere else.
So that you can have it wherever you like to hear it.
Exactly. I know everyone has their favorite, like their favorite podcast app. Speaking of, as you were here during our main episode, we also have other content that we like to do. So on Mondays, we have Tome of Knowledge, which is 6 p.m. Pacific time, which is live, or you can get it later on our podcast format. It's starring Virtual Spectre, Moves Like Jagger, and me, featuring, where we talk about whatever we want about D&D. We'll answer anybody's the chat's questions that they have. I think the last one we did was our dream characters we've never gotten to play. So if anyone has, that was a good one. If you have burning questions about D&D or about your game in particular, we'd love to help and talk about it. Maybe try and work it out. Aside from that, on Wednesdays, we have our streams with Bun Bun on 7 p.m. Pacific. Which are live stream.
Asterisks, usually. I've been dealing with migraines lately, everyone, so I apologize. We'll be back soon, I promise.
On Thursdays, on YouTube and our podcast only is when our Out of Combat episode drops. Out of Combat is where we talk about the episode after the episode. Does that sound right? Does that make word sense? Yes.
Correct.
A couple of the cast members kind of peel back the curtain and spill the tea on what happened in the previous episodes. And also Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific, where you are right now, or if you're on podcast where we were right then, is our live show for our second campaign of D&D, where we're on episode 28 right now. So if you want early access to any of those podcasty things, also go check out our Patreon over at Casters and Cantrips. And there's actually a tier where you can create an NPC in my world, of which y'all haven't met any yet so far. That's okay.
Yeah, which we never do. We're always like, we're gonna go this way now.
I drop them in the world, and it's up to them to
I want to
find
meet them.
Will we know if there are
I
custom-made-
will call it out. Yes.
Yeah. Ooh, that's such a nice Easter egg for us.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Mhm. Yeah, I'll call it out. So anyway, does anybody else have any fun facts or
Just
words
a
of wisdom
fun
for our chat?
fact is that if you're watching any of our stuff on YouTube and you hit that little thumbs up button, and leave a comment, it helps us out a lot.
That is a fun fact.
Yeah,
That is
real
True.
fun.
that is true.
Yeah, it does. It helps us with the algorithms and getting in other people's feeds, and we'll just love you
And
more.
doing more of this
Look,
stuff.
All we're saying is if we get into the algorithm just right, and then we're YouTube famous, we can just quit our day jobs and do this every day. So you know, I'm just throwing that out there.
The dream.
If you want more content, help us help you.
Yeah. And if you want less content, too bad.
Then I guess
Because
hit the
they're doing
thumbs
it
down
anyway.
button. But I don't know why you're here if you want less.
Yeah, I don't know. We can't help you. Sorry.
Get out of
Only
here.
more.
Get out. You're not invited.
Oh,
thanks, Jonathan.
man. Yeah, thank you, Jonathan. But without any further ado, speaking of further ado, welcome
perfect timing.
back.
Well, I'm so sorry.
We were worried about you. We were like,
Sleep.
someone call her.
Dude, I set an alarm.
Make sure the house isn't on fire.
I set an alarm for 5:30 a.m., not 5:30 p.m.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, there you go.
All right, we've
I,
all
was
been
like,
there.
I was like, surely she set an alarm. Surely.
That could have
did.
easily happened to me because I did the same thing and took like a 45-minute little power nap earlier.
Happens
But
to
anyway,
the best of us.
Without further
Right
ado,
on
we'll go ahead
time.
and get started for tonight's episode of Casters and Cantrips. Our story last left off with the crew of the Unfortunate finally arriving at the Gilded Atoll. The officers of the ship agreed to allow some of the crew some limited shore leave during their brief stay on the island. Captain Azric left Kurzak in charge of the much needed repairs to the Unfortunate after their previous ship battle. The party, with Kor and Zillajarn in tow, continued to the island to search for Hayden's whereabouts. The crew's first stop was the harbor master, where they met the water genasi in the busy receiving area of the harbor. They inquired about a particular stone statue that had potentially come through recently, and after greasing the wheels of commerce with some gold, the harbor master led the party to a wood elf named Terran, who was known for expedient shipments and passage. The group made the trek to the opposite side of the harbor and found Terran by his ship, where he informed the party that the Shadow Tide Cartel was the group that had arranged the shipment of Hayden to the island. Although Terran didn't know a way to contact them directly, he mentioned that someone part of the Whisper Network could potentially help them. More specifically, the Saffron Allure was known to frequent such people. The party made a stop at the shop known as Excellence to acquire some clothing befitting to the establishment, as well as having a spa day at Serendipity to clean the stench of piracy from them. The following day, the group collected their new fancy clothes and made their way to the Saffron Allure. When at the door, the party were interrogated for information about themselves and were required to hand over any weaponry they possessed. While inside, they rubbed elbows with some of the elite clientele. Azric began asking questions about getting connected with a way to get some potentially illicit goods, and Victoria Whitewood took him aside for a private conversation. She agreed to arrange a meeting with someone from the Whisper Network for a nominal fee. A short time after, she left the conversation. A tabaxi by the name of Zafir sat across from Azric. And that is where we'll begin our episode this evening. For a refresher for you, Azric, of the gentleman seated across from you.
Gentle men.
Gentle
failed.
tabaxi.
Yes.
Oh man. Notes, hello? You found my notes for me? Thank you. So Zephyr is a very sleek, agile tabaxi with extremely dark colored fur like the night sky. He has these piercing yellow eyes. And sort of has a lithe frame but still moves very gracefully, wearing a long flowing cloak that sort of billows behind him, as well as his quite very fancy dress underneath the cloak. So in similar fashion, he probably stopped at a very elite tailor as well. Like I had said, what can Zephyr do for you?
I am in the market for very unique, immaculate statue made of stone. And one just happened to reach the docks early yesterday.
I see. And I guess my question for you is, who are you? Why did I agree to this meeting with you? And what are you going to offer me in exchange?
Well, I am Azuric Silvertide, captain of a ship. Work with someone rather notorious in these waters. But I can
Right.
offer you gold. I can offer you services.
I do not need gold. I have plenty of gold. I know very well of you, Azric, Silvertide of the Unfortunate, or Bartholomew, I believe, was one of the names you have given. I don't mean
one
who
of
are
many.
you, but who are you? Why are you here on the atoll? What businesses are you in?
I am in business for myself, much like most people here. Who am I? Probably no one you would care about. But what I am here for is for my friend Hayden, who has been kidnapped.
Well, back to my previous concern of what is it worth to you? I have no need for gold, not from you. So what does that leave you?
Just leaves me and my crew. We do jobs. We can do shipments. We can get people where they need to be.
All of which are things that I can find elsewhere. What is it that you would have to offer me? Any information? Anything of value? I deal in secrets.
Well, there are rumors, which I'm sure you already know, is a certain nation is gearing up for war. I could tell you where they are procuring their weapons.
You have proof of this.
Of course.
And that is intriguing. Let's say what you are offering is true. I think that could get us most of the way there. Maybe a little
Most
bit
of the way.
Well, I'm in very high demand. It seems that you are on a timetable.
I am, if they're trying to sell my friend.
Or worse. So, you go get me your proof. I'll wait. And then we can really get down to business.
Very well. Before I leave, Ashley, I'm sure since you're dealing secrets, what do you know of the High Winds?
Hmm. I suppose that would require another negotiation.
Well then,
And depending on what you would like to know.
well, there's a lot that I would like to know, but allow me to excuse myself while I get you the required proof, and I will return shortly.
Very well. Yep. And you
No,
can make your
I'll
way out
excuse
of the little VIP area. He just kind of leans back, waves over someone to bring him something to drink. And you can make it back over to the sort of general open area where the rest of your crew are doing whatever. I think Victoria Whitewood from Whitewood Investments has sort of returned back to the table with the others. I believe Isaac Sterling and then their retinue are there. You all had kind of pushed the tables together the previous day. Or the previous session, I should say.
Well, friends, it looks like I have a lead, but that requires something from us. Mr. Sterling, Ms. Whitewood, if you please excuse my friends and I, and I'll gather the crew to step outside real quick.
Have you tried the grapes? They're remarkable.
Yeah.
What? What's so funny? They're delicious.
You just
Never
you
had
really,
any.
you really know how to read the room, Kuda. It's great.
Well, you do need to take life by the balls, you know. Enjoy life's pleasures when they come about, because they don't come about often, do they? Oh,
Alright, well,
sorry.
just
What did you bring us out
follow-
for?
Yes. There's no easy way to say it, but we have nothing to offer, but we have information. That information is really valuable to us, but that's all we have. What we can to get Hayden back, if everyone's all right with giving up the shipment information that we found.
Oh, I don't believe we were going to use it anyway.
Well, it's a huge bargaining chip we could have used with our employer, or we can use this information to get Kuda back. Sorry, you were here in front of
Oh,
Kuda
I'm right here.
Hi,
You
yes,
mean
Hayden.
Hayden, yes.
back. Yes,
Well, we can't really. We need
we have nothing else to
Hayden.
offer.
Well, we don't have anything to offer without Hayden anyway. Fix the biggest problem first, that's what I say. Biggest problem is missing Hayden. Once we get him back, we can work it out.
Yes,
I agree
well,
with Cooter.
I believe,
I agree as well,
Tosh.
because if we find your friend, I can go back to Escos.
of course, yes. Taj, I believe you were the one with the paper.
I'm sorry. I'm like, I just woke
It's
up.
okay.
What?
This is the shipment information way back when you were on Linares,
Oh,
where
yes.
you had learned about how Linares was ramping up production for weapons and
Oh.
armor and was
Were I
planning to
still
send
on
it
the
out to.
leave?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Should I give it to Azric, or like is it assumed that like we're kind of fancy enough where like I wouldn't have brought my bag.
I don't think it's that big of an issue. I would assume that this is probably something that's valuable enough that you'd probably will not let it out of your sight or locked away somewhere. But if you have to, like, depending on where your character wants to keep it, it won't be an issue to get it. So
Okay. I'll have just had it like on my person. So I'm like
Mhm.
digging through my bag. And is this what you're talking about? And I give it to Azric.
Yes, it is. Kuta, I need you to memorize this for at least
Yes.
30 days.
Okay, done. Noted. Give me
So-
1 second.
it's a ledger that's probably multiple pages. Now you do have keen mind, so think photographic memory for 30 days. So
Yes.
it's a situation where you are sort of looking and like hurriedly trying to remember everything on the page for 20-30 pages worth
Do
of
we have any-
shipment information.
Any paper to copy stuff down, or would this
That's up
be a
to you
substitute?
all.
Oh,
It's on your sheet or not.
I
Do
think
we
Kuta
have
could do it.
access to a photocopier?
A what?
Your brain in your hand.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
We're gonna Book of Isaiah this, but Book of Cooter. She's gonna recreate the whole thing later.
Yeah, I will say that since Cooter has keen mind, as long as you spend, some time within the next month to set aside to copy this stuff down and buy the materials, then you'll be golden. If you wait over a month of in-game time, then good luck.
Okay.
But as long as you
Cool.
remember and take the time,
What materials?
paper, ink.
Technically, have paper we could use
Oh,
if it's
well,
an
let me-
emergency.
You got 30 days.
I mean, we have 30 days.
Paper's not hard to find
Okay.
usually, I think.
Yeah, then we're gonna wait.
All right, excellent. Now let's get our friend Hayden. At least
Real
yes,
quickly. What exactly is so special about this ledger? That it could buy your friend back.
Well, if we told you, then you'd have to also pay us for it, right? That's how that works.
Let's
Is that
you
how it
know,
works?
the
But we're
bet is
selling it
probably
to
for you.
them. So we can't just give it to you for free.
Well, I don't want it.
But you
Fascinating
could sell
that-
it to someone else.
I'm just trying to be in the information loop if this pertains to finding your friend.
I agree with Watcher Core. I don't want to be party to any sort of illicit deal that could harm others.
Well,
Oh,
that wasn't the first
no.
thing on my mind, but he is right.
I mean, it's none of that. It's just a ledger of shipment of goods. But
Quite honestly, why should I believe you?
honestly, you don't really have a choice. Either you could believe me or not. I know we have our issues, but right now, that's not my problem. My main problem is getting my friend back.
He just kind of slumps back, grabs the hookah.
All right. I will devolve information later, but I don't want to keep our patron waiting, as they are in high demand, as they have told. So I do apologize if I'm being frank with you, but I need to get this over to our friend.
Sure.
So you stand up to leave and head back to the secluded area, which kind of leaves the rest of the group sort of in the usual like semicircle conversation, standing like people talk, and Zillajarn just looks to Core and just shakes his head. What are we getting ourselves into?
Well, it has all the hallmarks of backdoor dealings. Honestly, I'm not too concerned. We get their friend back, we go back to Escos. But, Cooter,
Yes. Sorry, I'm trying to remember this. Trying to remember. I need a quill and paper.
it's good that you're... I'm a fairly curious guy myself. Comes with my job. I find it hard to believe a general ledger of goods would be worth person unless those goods were something highly valuable.
Yes, valuable. Yes, indeed. Always valuable, depending on who you ask. Mm-hmm. Could be. Who knows? One
you're not going
person's
to-
trash is another person's treasure.
Look,
Isn't that right?
It would at least give me some idea as to who we're dealing with in
Oh,
case things go south.
That I don't know. It was a little bit cryptic.
What is it, gold?
Little bit of arms, little bit of legs. If you know what I'm saying. Little bit of supplies.
Arms and
Right.
legs. That sounds horrible. Are they kidnapping people?
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, all I know is what the thing is. Whatever's in a ledger doesn't necessarily mean that that's what it is in the shipment, you see. We only know as much as is on the paper, but
And that's what I'm interested in.
me, no. Just keeping memory banks sealed until such time as I can dump it from my memory. It's been so hard keeping track of so many things. My mind isn't as keen as it used to be, you see.
Tosh, you
I'll ask again
seem
later.
like a reasonable person. You've kept Azric on the straight and narrow as much as you can, and I thank you for that. I'm just worried about this information, what it is, what if it gets out? Are people going to get hurt? Could we have done something?
I do not think that anybody is going to get hurt. It is just merely information. It is information about a trade route and what it is they are dealing, which is very important, but it is not my place to say.
Right.
I do not believe in my heart of hearts that anybody is going to get hurt.
I think if you go that far, that's going to require a deception roll.
I
you know
actually
they're-
don't think anyone's going to get hurt though.
They're
Like
gearing up for
I straight
war.
up just think like, well, like I think it's like here's information.
Mhm.
Like they're dealing with war. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, cool. You know, but like I don't think that like by us providing them
Gotcha.
who's going into war is going to lead to conflict. Like I think it's going to be fine. Like it's just like mere information. It's like basically us being like giving an early
Mhm.
heads up that like some other country is going to go to war. You know, like
Yeah, and I will say that the places that are in proximity to Ontes, the one that is gearing up for war, their closest target is Escos or the atoll, but people probably don't think they're going to try and take the atoll, but who knows. And they're kind of on the north side with Osham, Moran, Ontes, and Escos in the atoll. Okay. He's like, well, all right then. I guess we'll see where this goes.
and if it is really going to be that bad, we know that information too. So, and like, I guess with Azric, like, can we just How many papers did we say there was? Can't we just give them like 5 of the 20 and like call it a day?
You could try to like deceive them and like tip them off. I would assume with like a ledger, you would know if things are missing. Shipment ledger, like line items and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like
I
an
guess
accounting
with
record.
like if we stole it, like they don't know how many pieces we successfully got. Like they just know that we got some, you know.
Mm-hmm. That would require some doing some like forging to kind of pull that off.
I guess
Probably,
that's up to
changing
Azric.
dates and whatnot, maybe.
Yeah. Instead of 7 of 30, they all say 7 of 10. 3 of 10. Like, you know. But that would take some time for sure. Back over to Azric, you walk up to the sort of roped off area. And the attendant there just lets you through. It seems like that they were informed that you'd be coming back. You take a seat back in front of your new friend, your new acquaintance, Zafir. Well,
Oh, jeez. Hold on.
I was getting bored. I thought you might not show again, so I thought about leaving.
I would not do you the discourtesy. After all, you are a difficult person to get a hold of.
By design.
Now, I do have the ledger. It is a hefty ledger. So if you want all of the information, I'm going to need all of my friends.
Well, I believe that is somewhat acceptable. If you could just show me but a piece of said ledger to verify authenticity of sorts.
But of course, I'll tear off the first page.
Mm-hmm. And he starts looking at it, and he sort of pulls out like a kit out of his cloak and sort of rolls it out on the table. And it almost looks like jeweler supplies or like tinkerer's tools. Like he is examining the paper, examining the ink, looking at the dates, looking at the line items, like looking for like the seal, watermarks, like the full shebang. Like he's basically ensuring that nothing has been forged, because you would assume he probably deals with this shit all the time. People trying to sell information and rumors and all that. So he takes a look over it and sort of just nods his head. Well, this could be valuable information to some people, that is for sure. I will tell you, I do know where your statue friend might have been taken. I know he came in a day ago.
Where is he being held?
Well, I'm sure that you've already figured it out since you were speaking to me, that the Shadow Tide cartel are the ones that are sort of giving him a place to stay at the moment.
They're giving you a place to stay.
No. Giving your friend a place to stay at the moment. Now, I would say that it is coincidence that the place that I'm sure you'll be going, once I tell you where it is, there's something that I need from there. So,
I see.
I think in order to wrap up this deal with a nice bow, that once I give you the information on where to go, you just get something back for me. And I think that we would be, they say, square.
Well, we're already going to be there, so I don't see why not.
Very well. And he takes out like a piece of paper and writes down an address on it, and a name of basically a place. And as you look at the paper, he doesn't say anything out loud. He sort of writes it and hands it to you. What you are looking for is a place known as the Gilded Anvil. A lot of people, you've noticed that certain shops have the word like the Gilded something in it. Make a history check for me.
Got it. 18.
A shop or establishment is allowed to use the term the Gilded under very special circumstances, and many people believe it's either due to merit or quality of service, or that they're the best in the business. Other people surmise that they paid off the powers that be to be able to use that name because it seems to gather attention from people that want to shop, essentially. So one or the other, they had are really good at what they do, or the consortium has taken a form of payment for them to use this. So no one really knows for sure. But Gilded Anvil is what you were looking for.
Such a prestigious establishment.
You would think so. I would say that appearances are not all that they seem to be. So, your final destination is not in the blacksmith's shop. There is a warehouse connected to it. Somewhere in the warehouse or otherwise is probably where you'll find your friend. Now, I am not privy to all of the underground networks of where they keep things that they want to remain hidden, but just take my advice. Everything's not as it seems.
I will take that to heart. Do you happen to have maybe blueprints or schematics of the layout of this establishment?
No paper trail, sorry. See, I also have to do business with them on occasion, so that would very easily get back to them, unfortunately for you.
Right. Well, they'll never know that you're involved either way with this transaction.
I should hope so. Otherwise, I'd have to kill you.
Ah, yes. And did he write what he wanted on the paper, or?
It is a package that is believed to be for a certain person, and the name on that is Lucian Ashbourne. And mentioned that if you were to look at perhaps the ledger in the shop or the warehouse, you could find out more information. It's a special package for Lucian Ashbourne.
Doesn't specify a size or shape or anything.
It would be the only thing there for him. Specialized type of scenario.
And once that item is acquired, where shall I meet you?
Well, that is a good question. You can leave it here. And he takes the paper back and just writes down another place. Just leave it there for me. I will pick it up when I am ready.
Very well. And how shall I reach you?
Oh, no, you don't reach me at all.
Very well. I'll be assuming that you'll have eyes on me then.
I will know when you dropped off this item. You see, it's a dead drop. You leave it there, I get it later. So we aren't seen together more than is required.
Makes perfect sense.
You'll get the hang of this soon enough.
Excuse me for asking all the questions. I just want to make sure that I have all the details I need to get the job done. I'm assuming this place is guarded.
Oh, I'm sure it is. You can be certain that you will meet some sort of resistance, being the Shadow Tide cartel. So, all I can say is good luck.
And maybe you can do me the courtesy, but why would someone from the Shadow Tide cartel want to kidnap a sailor?
I suppose that's a different conversation. Now, whether or not, are we just merely speculating here? Because if we are, then I can assume you know who your friend is. And leads to certain conclusions.
I'm just speculating. I'm the ones before him or no more, so.
Well, I'm sure you can ask him yourself once you rescue him.
Well, Sophia, thank you very much for your valuable time. I greatly appreciate it, and I guess I won't see you again.
As I see you first. When he stands, grabs the ledger and just sort of bows, throws his hood up, and just walks right out of this place.
I'll pocket the piece of parchment and return to the group.
What's our next step?
Well, friends, I do believe it's time for us to retire. We call it a night.
Oh, marvelous. I do need a good food coma sleep after all this. Haven't eaten and drunk like that in, maybe a century.
What time is it now?
It's probably a little before dinner time, if I remember correctly. Early to mid-afternoon.
What did you?
No time like for a siesta than the present.
I assume you got information about your friend.
Yes, I was just trying to be coy about it.
Really?
Yes.
Fine.
Let me pay the tab and we can discuss
Please.
in a more private location.
By your leave, Captain.
Very well.
So,
Yes, perhaps we should at least get some rooms.
yeah, I believe, yeah, I believe you had gotten, or at least stopped by a room and board, or I don't know if I'm misremembering that or not.
We had a place.
The Dragon's
Please.
Hearth Tavern, I
Yeah.
believe, is where it was.
Yes, yes. We should go back there to, chat.
Well,
Very
by
good.
the way, you all are able to exit the establishment and get all of your belongings back without any issue. So all the weapons and things that you had to give up before entering are returned to you. No issue there. So you find yourselves back on the streets of the Gilded Atoll, making your way back where you came towards the harbor, back to your rooms for further discussion.
All right, crew. So, very, very fortuitous outcome from that event. I know where Hayden is being held. He's at a blacksmith. And because this town has eyes and ears everywhere, I just slide over the parchment paper. This is what we have to do. And we need to acquire an item as well.
Which item? Where is it?
It's a package.
Let me take a little look-see. How are we going to find it? Why is he at a blacksmith?
Well, the address is on top, and what he needs is on the bottom. And the very bottom, that's where we're dropping it
Righto.
off.
Okay, all right. Well, hopefully they don't decide to take a chisel to our friend in the meantime.
I would hope not, Kuda.
I would hope not too. That would be disastrous. We better hurry.
So, this is a bit of a smash and grab. And,
Hopefully not too
Also-
much smashing.
well, we do have to be able to get Hayden out as he's a whole statue. So that will not be an easy feat, especially when this place is most likely God.
Oh, aren't they always?
So we'll have to sneak in the shop, look for the ledger of the blacksmith's ledger to find out where this package is being held and possibly where Hayden is. Sneak into the warehouse and grab Hayden. We most likely will need a cart unless we all want to drag him out like we did through the jungle, and also the special package.
Sounds like a plan.
My suggestion is we scout the place first before we ever do anything. Get kind of
Yes.
the lay of the land and maybe take note of guard changes, anything like that. So it might take a few days.
Yes, yes.
You think your
Or
friend
one.
really has that kind of time?
I honestly don't know.
It's your call. It's your friend.
It may be easier to grab him when he's in transit. That way we already have a cart and a horse.
You're assuming they're planning on moving him somewhere.
Well, I imagine the warehouse is temporary. Whoever wants Hayden went through a lot of trouble and paid an exuberant amount of money. So I highly doubt they would just leave him in a warehouse.
Oh, I don't suspect they would, but we don't know what their intentions are.
We do not.
Maybe that is his final destination.
I mean, I'm open to suggestions. Like, I don't have the final say on how this operation goes out, though. I just want my friend back.
I think everyone here wants that. It's probably best done quickly. We can
Yes.
scout it out for a time, get the basic understanding of what's there, but I don't think we have days of time.
Right.
Spend a few hours scouting, see what we can see.
We are hitting evening at the
idea, after
moment.
all. It is your
Perhaps it's a good time for it before we get the cover of darkness on our side.
How long would shops stay open till, Max?
Like a smithy?
Yeah.
I mean, usually a smithy's gonna go until it's dark, right? But you're also dealing with the Shadow Tides cartel, so they're an underground black market sort of organization.
Well, Taj and I can change our appearance at will.
Mhm.
So
I
we
can as well.
We can go to the smithy
Me
perhaps while it's
too.
open.
I
and
mean, if the
pretend-
appearance is an animal.
I would probably hold on to your shape.
Okay.
We can scout out the shop, see what it's like, and while others can check out the warehouse. Which, maybe actually, Emmy, we might be able to use your shapes if you want us to prowl around the warehouse while Taj and I are speaking with the blacksmith.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just have a question. Just a moment, Bucket. I have a question.
Yes, Emmy.
What's a warehouse?
I'm sure you have those where you live. It's a building that stores.
We don't have buildings, really.
Where do you keep all your items?
Oh, we live in a
Stuff.
cave structure.
So is there a place where you store your belongings or goods?
Yes. Well, I do. I have a collection. I have my own cave, and I have a collection of things in there that I've collected from shipwrecks. So is it like that?
So think of it like a cave, but a building, and it stores equipment and
So it's a building
items
where
and
you
goods.
store things. For
Yes.
what purpose? I know what a building is, Adric. I understand some things.
So this is where they store excess goods to be either sold or shipped off to a buyer or another location.
Oh, okay.
You'll understand
Okay.
when you get there.
Okay, I think I understand. It's like when you put a bunch of items in your ship to get them from one place to the other, and then you put them there.
Right. You've seen it many times on Linares, on Escos.
I've never
here,
been in a warehouse. No,
but you've seen one.
I have seen buildings. Yes.
Okay. This is gonna go great. All right. So to reiterate the plan, Taj and I are gonna change our shape, and then possibly Kuta, and poke around in the blacksmith, while Emmy will scout the warehouse that's attached to the blacksmith, and get a lay of the area. Maybe she can see where Hayden is, and maybe find the special package that we need, but we won't know until we look through the ledger. So we're just gonna do preliminary scouting, leave, and then come back later.
Sounds good.
Okay.
We all joining you in the shop?
I'm
Minus
going to the
Emmy.
warehouse.
Unless you're in
Someone
the
should
market
come
for
with
new
me.
weapons and gear.
Oh, yes, paper and pen, paper and pen.
Oh,
Who wants to come with me? Shopping.
I guess I missed what Core and Zillajar's role was.
I didn't have a rule for that.
Oh.
If you want to
Actually,
accompany us,
you could come with me, and we could use Bucket to scout, and that way I don't have to go in there. But I'll need someone to keep an eye on me while I'm scouting with Bucket.
right. Well, my idea is that none of us are recognizable when we return.
Oh. I mean, we could hide nearby.
understand?
Yes, they won't be able to see you if you're hiding somewhere and then send Bucket in.
Yeah.
But
You
Azric
don't-
and Taj will be in disguise when they go inside.
Yeah. So they could come with me, is what I'm saying, and keep an eye on me while I'm with Bucket, like here.
Yes, yes. Precisely right.
What's the distance that you could connect with
Oh,
Bucket?
that's a good question.
I can carry bucket if it's just a matter if it's a long range type of situation.
I'll ask the DM. Is
Mhm.
this blacksmith's area in a area of commerce, like high commerce?
This whole island is an area of commerce.
Okay, so
So
there's
yes.
there's gonna be people milling about the streets.
Mhm.
It's like we
Mhm.
could probably find an easy enough area to kind of be off to the side or out of sight where it won't raise suspicion.
I guess 100 feet isn't really that far. How big of a warehouse is this?
We won't know until we scope it out.
Okay, well, we'll start with Bucket and then I'll go in, but I'd feel better knowing that they were waiting somewhere outside.
I mean, there's probably shops next door or across the street.
Oh, yeah, we could go in a shop next door.
Yes. Okay. I mean, Tudor needs to buy some parchment anyways.
Yes, yes, and a quill. As quickly as possible before my brain melts.
Oh, God.
You have time, Tudor, please. It's all right.
She's just like constantly.
All right, let's give this shot in. I changed my appearance.
What do you look like?
I am. What languages do I speak? Okay. I'm going to be a elf with dark brown hair and yellow eyes.
All right. Who else is changing their appearance?
I'll also change my appearance to, I guess another elf. Female, brown hair. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else?
I think I'm just staying fancy, as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, wait, what time is it?
we've made it back to our like lodging, right?
Yes. I
Okay.
assume that you walked back and you're talking in secret
I
in
thought we
your
were doing
rooms.
this in the morning, right?
No, we're doing tonight.
Oh, but there won't be as many people around at night, right?
I don't know.
You've never been here at night. Or-
Okay, okay.
Actually, you have, because you spent the night waiting for your clothes. It's a city that almost never sleeps, pretty much. People
Okay.
are coming and going all the time.
I think Core probably would have changed out of the fancy clothes and put armor back on and his like
Mhm.
Yeah,
his,
same.
like traveling cloak that covers it up.
Actually, Core, how sneaky are you?
Well, I don't do too much of it, but with these boots, I make next to no sound. So
Very good.
kind of counteracts the noisiness of my armor.
So if I were to, or Taj were to make you invisible while we distract the blacksmith or the seller to you to peruse the ledger, you find.
I could try. I'm also not the smallest individual there is.
Hmm.
Might be hard to sneak about. What if... Kuda, are you quiet?
I think I might, yeah, maybe I'll just go casual, hey.
I
Don't
don't know.
want to get any of this stuff dirty.
If
Well, what did I need again? Quill
don't have
and
super high dex,
parchment.
but it would be a straight roll.
What are we rolling?
Well, whoever's the most I wish Hayden was here.
Wise.
So perfect for this. We need to sneak a peek at the ledger because we're looking for a very special package for a Lucian Ashbourne as payment for getting Hayden.
Ah, yes. Well, if you did need me to investigate something, that's a natural 20. So,
Well,
I've got what you need.
we're still in the room.
Flex.
We're not there yet. I was just saying, if someone was very light on their toes, I could make them invisible.
Oh,
and
that's
they can
not
look through
me.
The ledger.
I'm the heaviest on all of my toes.
And now I just had a drink, but I need another one.
Yeah, your sneakiest person's a rock right now. So
Yeah. Cooter is not the one.
It'd be risky with Cora. The dice would have to be pretty good.
Well, let's just stick with plan A. We'll scope out. Bucket will check out the warehouse. And if we come back later in the wee hours, we can take a look at the ledger.
Yes, indeed.
Sounds good to me.
All right, very good.
Can Bucket peek at the ledger?
Oh, most definitely.
Yes.
Okay. Read?
Oh, I can look through Bucket's eyes and I
Oh,
can read.
okay.
So if it's in common or druidic or elvish or primordial.
But you make up a great point. I don't speak Elvins. I'm gonna change into a human.
That seems smart. Yeah.
All right, very good.
you see,
And I'll
as
just-
his ears go from pointy to just like rounded.
Yeah.
Puts on a little weight, gets a little taller.
All right. I already used the name Bartholomew. My name is. It doesn't matter. They're not gonna ask. All right, let's go to the blacksmith.
Alrighty.
All right, I'll meet you there. I'm going to parchment and quill.
Okay, we'll make sure to fix up on the way.
That is
Perfect.
that's an easy thing to get for Cooter. So it's
'Cause
just on the. Oh, go ahead.
Perhaps I should go pick that up and then meet you back here. Let me just brain dump this information as quickly as I can.
There's no urgency, Kudo. We have.
There is for
Fine.
me. I'm going
Oh.
to forget.
Well, if you could get it done, then by all means.
All right,
thought you
fine.
had
I'll do it
to-
tomorrow. Ugh.
Is there like a risk for each day she loses a little bit of information, or is she solid for 30?
She's solid for 30 unless she forgets to do it in the
She's just-
meantime, which is a
She's just
different situation.
panicking. She's just panicking.
Cooter
She's
panic.
like your mom when they're like, "No, we have to do it today. We can't wait." Chores
The
have to be done
longer you
immediately.
leave, the more stressful it is. The sooner you get it done, the sooner you can forget about it.
Okay.
I don't prescribe to that way of thought personally, but you know,
So for
day
your
29 sounds great.
for Cooter's information, for all the parchment that you need, it's 30 silver pieces. So you need 30 sheets. A quill is 2 copper. 1 ounce bottle of ink is 10 gold. So if you spend all that, you'll have enough.
Oh, how much was that? 10 gold?
10 gold, 2 copper, 30 silver.
2 copper, 30 silver. Excellent, wonderful. What a load off.
So you have the materials, and then it'll take some time for you to do that. So you'll have to dedicate some time to basically handwrite 30 pages from a ledger.
Yeah. Well, I've got such a cramp from the last week already.
So you all, she grabs her supplies. You all are heading to the Gilded Anvil. You make your way there. Hustle and bustle of the Gilded Atoll. There's shopkeepers. People are asking if you want to buy things. There's fancy silks. There's minerals. There's food. There's just whatever you want. They can get it for you. And you make it to the blacksmith. Exterior, just like most other buildings, and that it has sort of that sandstone, built in a sandstone look. It has the gilded anvil on the outside of it, and the actual letters are gilded as well, almost as like a seal of approval. So it's little gold letters on a sign outside of it. Looks relatively big for a blacksmith. It's all interior. There's no like open air out front, not like you were in Linares. It's like a solid building that you'd have to walk into. And you all can easily tell there's no other building attached to it. It's on its own.
Be under. Only one way to find out. We go inside.
All right, who all's going?
Was the plan Azric, me, and Cooter?
I thought it was just
don't-
you two. So
Yeah.
since you're disguised, we're gonna be nearby, but I can send
I have bucket in my pocket.
buckets with you. These little eye stalks peeping out.
I can come with you if you need. I can disguise myself
I also have
that's a good
message up
idea.
to 120 feet.
for
so
1 hour.
She should go. She has good. Cooter,
Yeah,
you're really
go.
good at like knowing things.
That is
investigations.
Can you turn in anything non-total?
Let me see. Yes, I can. Indeed. And then she just suddenly like, and she's like a human, like twice as tall as she was, young and beautiful with like gorgeous flowing hair.
If you still have the old lady voice, I'm gonna die.
I was gonna say, do the voice also change when you
Let
do
me
that? I don't know the
check.
spell. So. It stays the same. Oh, that's gonna
You
be good.
can.
Oh, you can. Okay,
You can change it, yes.
but you don't have to.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't quite work all the way. Maybe I'll just not talk for now. Maybe it'll kick in later. Okay. How do I look? And she looks gorgeous, but she's like super awkward. Like she's still Cuda on the inside. So she's just trying to like, she's not used to having such long arms. So they're just kind of gangly. And she's just like, hey, kind of thing. All right, I'm ready.
All right, let's do this.
Reminds me of a scene in the best Mission Impossible movie, Mission Impossible 3, where he's like changing the face, but the voice hasn't kicked in yet. He's like, in like 1 second, just waiting for it to like kick in. So you make your way in, and you can see inside the smithy. It's quite large. They have basically a dual like setup where recessed into the floor there are like basically 2 sides that you can go down into. Each side has 2 anvils. It has a forge. Each side has their own sort of forge on the side as well. You can see that in this sort of large room, there's like a table to the side. There's just some barrels and supplies in here. And then there are 2 doors on the far end of the room that would lead deeper into the building, but they're both closed currently.
All right. Is there a shopkeep about?
Yes. And you can see there are 2 in here. One is a quite tall Goliath woman with sort of granite colored skin with like intricate tattoos on her arms. Her hair sort of pulled back and braided. And she's basically what looks like forging. It looks to be just like an axe, like a simple like hand axe at the moment, like the head of it. There's also a dwarf in here as well, and this dwarven gentleman. Yeah. This dwarven gentleman is sort of a sturdy looking dwarf with a bushy, sort of almost unkempt beard, with sort of almost like chestnut brown hair, short cropped with the long beard, wearing his apron, and he is sort of hammering away at what looks like just to be like a long sword of sorts. And he looks up and sees you enter and goes, "Well, what can I do you for? The name's Grom."
Well, hello, Grom. I was wondering if you have anything ready to made that I can browse.
Not from around here, are you? Or from around here? Gilded anvil. By appointment only. All custom.
Oh, and can I purchase singular items, or will I need to make bulk orders?
Depends on the item, but if it's worth enough to you, yeah, I can do single orders. I specialize in specialty orders.
So this is just like clearly just the forge shop area. There's like nothing, or there's stuff on display here.
Not really like display like to buy, but there are things that are in various stages of being completed, but they're not like a storefront that you go and buy ready-made things. Seems that
Is
the
it like-
reputation. Oh, go ahead.
Examples of like, these are the type of metals, this is the type of, just like, I want this, that, like point and like just like examples of stuff.
Not really on the wall, but with that, he's more of the sort of thing that you'd have a conversation with him. It's, think of it like less like a store where I go buy a sword or a dagger or whatever, and you go to like this artisan who has a conversation of like what your piece is, like what does it mean to you, like that kind of stuff. Think of like extremely like bespoke, where it's like you don't just buy swords here, like I make art for you kind of thing.
The creations that you make, is it battle ready or just for ornaments?
I don't make anything that's not battle ready. What's the point?
Very good.
I tell you, I had a merchant coming here once wanting a fancy piece after they made their maiden shipment voyage. Got some gold jingling in their pockets. Came to me, they wanted a custom piece, a sword as a family heirloom. They wanted me to make it out of gold. How absolutely asinine is that? How can you make a sword out of gold?
Gold is very soft. This does not make sense.
It does not. I kicked him out and said, "Go fuck yourself."
As you should.
Well, I assure you. it
Or
was
you
not
could have
going to.
taken their money and just made an alloy out of the gold and some steel together, and it would have made a brilliant sword now, wouldn't it? Oh, there it is. Yes.
Now listen here, Missy. I would never, ever dilute my pieces of art and craft with a golden alloy sword made of steel. No.
Oh, well, I suppose that's fair. That's fair too. I would probably do the same.
It's
But,
not
you know, when
about-
you have to decide if it's about the job or whatever. But, yeah, no, it makes perfect sense to me. You've got your head on straight, you do. Always appreciate a good craftsman. This stuff is quite beautiful, it is.
And he sort of picks up a rag and just kind of wipes his hands off. So what can I do for you? I don't have any appointments open, but I can schedule one.
Well, when's the earliest at your convenience? I'm looking to get a dagger crafted, but I'm sure you have a backlog of things.
And he sort of walks over to the table on the right side, pulls out a book and starts thumbing through. It looks like a calendar.
I drag Cooter with me so she maybe can scan the calendar.
He's just sort of flipping through, and he gets several pages in. He's like, how about Septima the 5th?
How long is that?
Month and a half away.
September the 5th? Well, that is a bit ways out. I'm not sure if I'll be back. But sure, we'll pencil it in.
Right, and what name can I put on this?
Bigsby Luffington.
Meanwhile, Cooter's just kind of like squinting at the...
I'm writing this down, man. Wait. All right, Bigsby Bluffington.
That is correct.
Right. Leo, they're with you, I'm assuming. You just want the dagger?
Actually, I would like a pair.
Right. Well, we can get into specifics when your appointment is. See you in a month and a half.
No, very good. The shop here is, while it's beautiful, where do you store the goods? If I wanted to browse at some of your work, your art.
Well, once things are finished, they get shipped out. So, if you want to see my work, look around. Ask around. Word of mouth. That's what I use. No advertisement needed. Except for the fancy sign.
Right. But do you have a piece I can look at now? That's within arm's length.
Hmm.
Kind of persuade him.
Sure.
Uh, 15.
15. So he goes, oh, hold your horses, fine. I don't do this for just anyone, so it better be a nice fucking dagger you're going to make me have to make for you. And he pulls sort of the long sword that he was working on. Now it's not done. Keep that in mind.
Oh, by all means, yes.
And he sort of presents this blade. It's just the blade in the tang. There's no hilt or anything put on it. He's still working on it. But he's sort of making like a curved blade. And I don't mean like an arc, like more like a kriss, where it's like wavy in the blade, or like a flamberge, I believe is the word. And you can see that it, I mean, the work is magnificent.
It's absolutely exquisite. Craftsmanship is superb. Who would fashion such a thing? Such a odd blade. At least through my eyes.
Well, they wanted expensive and unique. So I gave them expensive and unique. Make a nature check, anybody who's looking at the sword.
Nature.
Can I do
Oh,
it
yes.
through, even though I'm looking through bucket size?
Sure.
It's an 11.
15.
Mm-hmm.
6.
Mm-hmm.
6.
It's a good 6. It's a good 6.
For Azric, Taj, and Emmy, ooh, shiny. This is a really nice looking sword. It gleams in the light of the forge here. For Cooter, you're looking at it and you can see that it is sort of an alloy of sorts, and you can see sort of particularly shiny, shimmering bits that are like waving in the shape of the sword. Looks like it's got like bits of mithril in it. So this sword would be extremely light to wield.
Oh wow, that's an exceptional sword it is. Could
Don't I know it?
Could we give it a swing? Could we give it a try?
Absolutely not. It's not ready. I told you it's not ready.
Oh,
I'll let you hold it,
prototypes
though.
are so wonderful. Oh yes, please.
And he has the blade, and then he hands you like a rag. Is like, clean your hands.
Clean, 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 clean.
And he sort of like delicately hands it over to you.
Wow. Isn't it gorgeous?
And he's
Can
just sort of
you-
like beaming, like he's just like, yeah, I know.
I'm gonna take this
Look at-
opportunity to like tie my shoe and drop bucket
Okay.
on the floor.
Is this little bits of mithril in here as well?
Ah, good eye. You do know your metals. It is
Oh
mithril. Make it
yes, I
very light.
do. It's beautiful. Wow. I've never seen anything like it. And she's just giggling because she's like genuinely excited about this.
Yeah, it's a fine piece of work, and you would know that mithril is extremely light. So this would be well under half the normal weight of a sword in this particular instance. But for Bucket, what's Bucket doing?
Well, now that Bucket's dropped, he's going to scurry to a good hiding place.
Okay.
So that Emmy can look through his eyes at the ledger when the guy's not watching. If he's not looking now, he'll go look through the ledger right now.
He's not looking right
If he's
now.
not, then Bucket's going to scurry over to the desk and climb up on the desk and like kind of hide behind the ledger, and like his little eyes are going to peep out like, oh, and when he thinks the moment's clear, he's just going to go, actually, how heavy is the ledger?
I mean, it's a book.
Is
The
it open
calendar.
already?
What's that?
Is it like open?
Yeah. He was
Okay,
flipping,
good.
through it, looking at the calendar.
So then he'll just scurry onto the pages, and Emmy's going to start reading all the entries to see if we can find info about a human statue and a package for Lucian Ashbourne.
No human statue information. You do see some information about an appointment for the evening, probably, I don't know, late after closing, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock or so.
This evening?
Mhm.
Okay.
It doesn't
is-
have any name attached to it though.
Poor and what's his face are with Emmy right now, right?
Yep.
Okay, so she's going to say this stuff out loud so that they're like in the loop.
Mhm.
There's a meeting this evening. Should we try to go to that? She can't hear you, so you don't need to respond to her. But
They're just listening.
Yep. So some sort of meeting talking about having to be there after close, but doesn't mention a name and just says pick up on it. Anything else you want to try and? That's really all you can see related to what you were looking for in the ledger as you're thumbing through it or clawing through it.
So there's nothing about the statue or like
No.
things that are like listing the package sizes or anything. So there's nothing to indicate. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's just like his calendar, basically,
Yeah,
of
that's fine.
appointments and stuff, and then, but all right. And then after some fawning over the sword, for a bit, he sort of takes it back, like, all right, I got to finish it now. It's not done.
Well, can't wait to see it when it is. Great job.
And sort of just nods, and he's like, he likes being praised for his work, even though he knows it's good work. You kind of get that vibe from him.
Don't we all?
I was just say, no judgment, man. Good for him.
Yeah. And he's just like, all right now, so Septima, see you then.
Actually, I'd love to get to know a little bit more about you, as you are truly an artist. Where do you draw your inspiration from? What is your proudest piece?
Oh, well, that's a conversation. It's a good question. I like to think that I draw the inspiration from the genius of my own mind. I formulate things here and they just appear from the work of my hands. I take in what people think that they want. I visualize what they actually want and then create it for them.
Fascinating. Then do you draw your inspiration from everyday life, or that the images come to you when you dream?
They just come to me. Anytime. Sometimes immediately after I get the requirements. I'm just good.
Well, that you are. You are the guild anvil, after all.
Well. All right then.
Well, then we shall see you in a month and a half's time.
Very well. Looking forward to it. Pair of daggers.
Correct, yes. All right, well, see you then.
And he just turns around and grabs the sword and starts heating it again, and then you can hear him saying to the Goliath woman, who just didn't really engage, who was just kind of immersed in her work, and he's like, you see there, it's nice to get appreciated every once in a while, isn't it? And just kind of like just going off. Alrighty. So you head out of the establishment, and
before people head out, well, I guess Bucket's staying, but I think before people head out, they might do this too, but Bucket's gonna drop down to the floor again, and I want to look for like a hatch or a door or a room or any indication of where like the warehouse entrance might be.
I mean, there are two doors that lead further in that are closed.
Okay, can he fit under the cracks of one of them? He'll just go to the closest one.
No, not as a crab.
Okay. He's pretty small. He's a little crab. there any-
Make a perception roll as Bucket.
Okay. Okay.
I guess it'd be you, since you're perceiving through Bucket's eyes, I believe. You know how it works.
Yeah, technically right now it would be me. So that would be Sorry, math's really hard when you have a headache. 18.
18. So on the door to the left side, you see almost a faint glow underneath it.
Okay. Bucket's gonna skitter over there and look for a way in, either like a crack, or maybe there's like a hole in the floorboard and he can go under, or maybe he sees a hole in the ceiling and he can go over.
No, it's a well-kept establishment. There's not going to be any way through there other than the doorway.
Okay. Dang, I thought he'd be able to fit under. Let's see. Okay.
But you know that you did not see a warehouse attached to this place at all. There's a weird glow underneath one of the doors.
It's like a magic warehouse.
And
Can I do an Arcana check?
we could do that. Actually, how about we figure out what you all are gonna do in sort of this next phase after our break.
Okay.
So those of you at home, thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out with us. We're going to take just a little short break, but thank you all for the subs over on YouTube and all the support and the gifted subs on Twitch. But we'll be right back here in just a few. So go stretch your appendages, grab some snacks, and we will BRB, everybody. And welcome back, everyone. Hopefully you've gotten some snacks and stretched your appendages. Where we left off was the group was hanging out with the blacksmiths and looking at glowies underneath the door. So I think everyone had left other than Bucket. You left Bucket in there, left him behind. What's the plan?
Bucket's gonna watch the dude and be ready to follow him if he goes through the door.
Sure. How long are you gonna wait? What's everybody else doing?
I mean, Emmy and Bucket can wait all night if need be.
We better find somewhere to, just in case. We're coming up on an hour, I dare say.
Oh. Right. We could need to go behind an alleyway real quick.
Are you all purposefully trying to be stealthy and out of sight?
Yeah, basically just need to get out of sight before we, Kuda just randomly pops back. Her voice is already regressing.
Okay, we'll block the alleyway while Cooter turns back.
Mm-hmm. So what's the plan? What are you all doing now?
Do we have to go back and find the rest of our peoples?
I'm gonna
We're going
walk
back in.
We should walk around the area. Maybe if it's not attached, could be near it. Just circle the area to see if we find anything.
All right, just give me one moment.
Are we back together, like all of us?
Up to you all. Everyone else left the shop, so Bucket's in there by himself.
Yeah, that's fine. I just don't know if they reconvened with us outside the shop.
Yes.
Okay.
So you take a trip around the block. Is there anything particular you're looking for?
Just anything warehousey, but that holds like weapons, basically.
No, easy enough that this building stands on its own. There is no other thing attached to it. No other buildings that are around it that would be close enough to be part of the grounds, I guess you could say. It's this big ass blacksmith building, nothing else.
It doesn't make any sense.
Would
On the
our-
outside, can we see how deep the blacksmith building is? Because there's two doors, obviously
Mhm.
lead to somewhere.
Looks about the area that you were in is about half the size of the total depth.
If he makes custom orders, then he doesn't need a large warehouse.
Unless he's hiding something. Did we ask him if he has one? I'm not sure.
I tried.
Hmm.
Asked where he stored his goods. But
Or didn't you say it was it's not his goods that are in the warehouse, it's like a secondary business?
Oh, the old business, eh?
our contact said there's a warehouse attached to it.
There
Well,
was
if
that
there is,
door.
it's certainly not outside. It must be underground.
Maybe
Yeah.
we'll have to find out what's behind the doors.
Captain Azric, do you remember what your contact said exactly about this building?
He said, actually, that everything are not as they seem.
Did any of
What does
you-
that mean? Are these people masters of the fourth dimension?
Well, are there anyone see anything strange inside, or out of place, or notable of any sort?
At this point, we don't know that Emmy saw the glowing thing, right? Because she can't tell us.
No, I can tell you, and I would have told Core especially. So while it was happening,
Well, she did mention a set of doors with one of them having some sort of glow behind it. Could lead to a back room, could lead to a cellar.
Perhaps a portal?
It's possible.
You all are magic types. Did you get the sense of any magic within?
Oh. I mean, we can't obviously cast that spell right in front of him.
Well,
But I don't know.
they seem the type.
Well, he was very chatty. The Goliath, on the other hand, did not say a single word. I imagine either that's the bodyguard or there to watch him.
Initiate, you were going to say something? Before I cut you off?
Hey,
You're
Umi.
muted.
Oh. Did your voice thing?
Correct.
still-
That's why no
okay, I
one
was
could
like,
hear
wait.
me.
Oh,
I was just talking to myself internally, as you do. Just, having a conversation with myself in my brain about how maybe perhaps we could detect it from the outside of the back of the building instead. Do we need to be inside to sense a portal?
Well, I have Bucket inside. I could pop back into his eyes and study it and describe it to you, and then you could roll an Arcana based on my description.
But if it's
Indeed.
if it's a foot of stone, then we can't detect anything, or an inch of metal.
I mean, what kind of creatures can you turn into?
Oh, I can turn into any creature, really.
Something
any beast.
like a bug?
Yeah, I can turn into a bug or like a little lizard or like a small
Yeah, maybe
fish, like an anchovy.
Like maybe
Well-
a fly or something. You could
Yeah,
fly
I
in.
could turn into a
No.
fly. I don't like flies very much, though. We don't have those in the ocean.
Well, the
I know what we
the
can
point
do.
is, you can be something very small.
Oh, yes. Was the door gap small enough? Like a fly? Could a fly get under it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I could turn into a fly and go in there. Is that what you'd like? It's only
just
for
an
1
idea.
hour,
Taj seemed
and then
like
I'll turn back.
Yeah. What? Do you have a plan, Taj?
Hold on. Well, I can use my clairvoyance to try and see if there's something there. Because I assume that we've seen this, like from where we were standing, we saw that there was a door.
So what you know is that there were two doors that lead further inside. Through Bucket's eyes, Amy saw a faint glow deeper in the room that would be from the left door.
Because I can place a sensor behind a door, even if it's unfamiliar to me.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I can just place a sensor behind that glowy door.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I cast seeing.
Gotcha. Okay. So clairvoyance is going to require say a focus worth at least 100 gold pieces, either a jeweled horn for hearing or a glass eye for seeing.
Dang it.
So if there's a dollar amount, you have to have that. But this one doesn't consume it. So once you get one, you have it forever.
Mm. Buy one real quick.
We can. How much gold do you guys have? Or how much gold is 420 copper?
4.
Oh.
It's like I have
Kuda
no
just
gold,
flicks
so-
4 gold at you.
Because I need 100 gold. But I think we spent like all of our money, right?
I have that.
You have that?
I have that. I told you, you haven't noticed I'm a money bags. I live on a modest budget and I save.
I like go to Cooter and
She's a literal boomer, and you guys are the millennials of this world.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
if you do not mind, I would like to borrow 100 gold from you. I think
Oh,
that is in our
absolutely.
interest.
Easy enough.
Take whatever you need.
So
Oh, I forgot there was a component to that. So
yeah, there's always those certain spells where if you look and it has the dollar amount on it, like or the gold amount, you have to have that. Otherwise, you can just cast it.
no,
but-
I'm fully aware. I just
It's
Mhm.
easy
Like,
to
it's like
forget.
5
Yeah.
spells
D&D Beyond,
total.
too.
You know, like
yeah,
I
it's easy
usually
to
don't go
forget.
for stuff like that.
Yeah, another one, the big one is like identify. You have to have like a pearl or all that stuff, or the jewels needed for, or the gems needed for revivify, all that fun stuff. But anyway, so you can, I mean, you were in a perfect place to find something like a jewel encrusted horn or like a glass eye. So you tell me, you can spend that 100 gold that you were borrowed. What sort of arcane focus of a glass eye do you find? What does it look like?
Yeah, so I'll do a glass eye for seeing, and it's actually like really small, like almost like a marble. That is just really, really intricate and beautiful, and like the most beautiful glass marble you've ever seen. There's like flecks of sparkle in there, you know, like gold flake, like a gold Schlager moment, you know.
Gold
like-
slugger marble.
Yeah.
You could shake it and you see the little flecks.
Hey, I have dice like that, so
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh, pretty.
Yeah. So you can you find that, and you come back and you visit one of the many stalls and find something that's perfect for it. And you can come back and you can cast your clairvoyance spell.
yeah, I'll cast that and put it behind that door because it says I can do that.
Yeah, and the range is 1 mile. So definitely it takes 10 minutes to cast. So you kind of have to set up and do your little spell there, and it'll last for 10 minutes. And what you see is you've cast this sort of sensor behind the door that Emmy told you where the glow is coming from. And what you see there is there's no one in here currently. There's sort of 2 rooms adjoined without a door behind it. So in this area, there's like a large rug, there's a table, there's like some boxes, some storage. Further back, there's like another like unused forge, and some other like barrels for storage and some water like for quenching, like a whole other like setup in the back for forging if they needed it. But to the immediate left, there is a large wooden door with metal banding that is literally emanating like gold light from it.
Since I can see that door within this clairvoyance moment, can I
Yeah.
like cast again behind that door?
You could try.
Okay.
So you see that, you see the glowing door, and you cast where you'd believe to be behind that door. And you take another 10 minutes and you concentrate and you look through the eye again, and you see your group in the alley where you are. So you cast behind that door, and what you thought was behind the door is literally in the alley where you are. So whatever this is, it's not like a physical sort of thing. From what you're seeing, it's a gold glowing door that leads to nowhere, apparently.
I'm just kind of like humming and looking, and there's another gold door, but is this even shinier than this one? And then I'm just kind of like repeating everything you said.
Yeah, make an
Like
Arcana
behind
check.
this door is us, and I'm like just kind of talking like it must lead to another plane or some other place, but it is not here. It's magical.
That is definitely everything are not as they seem.
Yep, you could easily ascertain that from the knowledge of there's a door, it leads to nowhere, it's glowy, probably magic.
I wonder if we can just get in there or if we need a special way through.
And if I could procure some keys you might be able to steal?
So you've been waiting in this alley for a bit. And after a while, you see Grom like walk out, like lock the door behind him, like he's gonna close up shop. And he goes to close it and he goes, "Don't forget tonight. I'm counting on you." And then you hear from in there, yeah, I got it. And he closes the door and locks it. And then twirls his keys and is like whistling down the street, kind of like how you would feel of like, man, I just worked a hard day and it's time to go to the bar, you know?
Well, there's a meeting tonight. Bodyguard, or the guard, is still inside the shop.
I told you about the meeting on the ledgers. It seemed important.
Maybe we could go invisible and follow the person
Watch it. Yeah.
who is supposed to be coming. We follow them in the door, invisible, and just maybe we get through the door that way. We're let in.
That's a tall order. We're basically training behind someone, and they're going to close the door as we all stumble in.
It might work.
Well, I could be in. Oh. Well, I can get in without following because I could be a bug, and then I could get to the other side and I could let you all in once I'm in. Maybe.
But we still have to deal with the guard.
Well, you could be invisible. And then I'd let you in and they wouldn't know.
Oh, if only we had Hayden.
Let's see.
I guess we'll just have to take him out.
Okay. No, don't vomit. Tutor, it's fine. We just have to think of a plan. I would much rather do all this before the meeting happens. Yes, because that means more people are coming.
Well, how
Right.
do we get behind the door if we do not know how to get behind the door?
I wish we completed a quest before this quest. Maybe you could pretend to be Grom
the bodyguard will open the door for you, and we bum rush it, or we invis in. So
Oh, that's
never
a good
got-
idea.
we didn't get her name.
Zillajarn is listening to all this.
Do you have the capability of making all of us invisible?
Taj and I can make 4 people invisible in total.
How many are there of us? 6?
Well, I can be a fly, so I don't need to be invisible.
That leaves 1 person. So if Taj pretends to be Grom, Emmy turns into Fly, and then the 4 of us could be invisible. We only have an hour.
In and out. Easy.
But we still have to deal with the god.
But don't we want to listen to the conversation of the meeting later tonight?
We can still do that with my clairvoyance.
Unless they go into the secret room to have the meeting.
This is true.
I could follow them as a fly. I just wouldn't be able to communicate with you all.
Maybe
If you're already inside and you're invisible, then you could run through the door after them and hope they don't notice.
maybe we take the statue, and then it doesn't matter what the meeting was about if that is where it is, or is this where the
I've been-
package is?
I've been thinking about this, and well, we have to get the other thing for Lucian, and we don't know what it is. But I've also been thinking about this, and it would be great to get Hayden back, of course, but it would also be great to know why they took Hayden and who's paying for this.
I actually have a question, DM.
Mhm.
So, the package that we're getting for Lucy and Ashbourne, is
Mhm.
that in order to get information from the Whisper Network? Like, we have to do this one task and then we get into the Whisper Network? Or is like, because I wrote
Mhm.
Gilded Anvil, Lucy and Ashbourne, look at Ledger and
Yeah.
Shopper Warehouse. So, like, what are we doing? Are we looking for
So
Hayden here, or is this where we're looking for the package?
both. Zafir made the deal with Azric that giving you all the shipping information from Linares got most of the way there. He told Azric he knew where his friend was, and he said, while you're there, there's a package that I'd like for you to intercept for me, and it's addressed to this person. So
I see.
basically,
so we're
he was
doing
like,
both.
yeah, while you're there, do this for me as a solid, and then we'll call it even.
The package is just bonus, though. Like, we technically don't really need to do it since our friend
He's-
is like, our goal
he-
is here. So
He's expecting you to do it for the deal. Zafir is part of the conditions.
Plus, we might be able to get paid for it. Like, we could maybe say, oh, we did it for you, but you should probably pay us. Because I am out of money.
we steal
oh, no.
it.
The payment is Hayden.
But
There's other things we can pocket.
or if we do this job, maybe they'll be so happy that then they'll have us do more jobs.
Well, the last bridge I want to burn is with that network. They
Yeah.
knew everything about me,
Oh,
all the
really?
fake names I used. So
They knew all your fake names? Like what?
well, the Bartholomew name and the Jonas Lightburn helm name, and I'm assuming they're gonna know Bigsby Luffington. Oh, safe to assume they have eyes on us. Oh, is that a plan we're gonna go with? Power's just gonna
Yeah,
pretend
so
to be
we just
Grom?
need to get in there.
Wait.
No.
What's the plan?
But is Grom going to the meeting? Is there a chance that there'll be 2 Groms if we send Taj as a Grom?
My idea is to skip the meeting. Taj can listen in from very far away.
Oh, the meeting's later on. Yes, let's do it.
Oh, okay. So we're going in now and looking for
Yes.
stuff, and we're skipping the meeting later. I
Well,
just have
we
a feeling
might-
that the
we
meeting's
might-
really important because I don't know why the
Well,
DM would have put it.
we
in the
don't
notebook
need
for us
to. We
notice.
don't need to skip it if it's still before then. You see.
If we get caught, then we will definitely have to skip the meeting.
But if we don't take this opportunity to get in there, then we'll never know what's in there.
I will
Oh,
bet
I think
the
we could get
meeting
in any
takes
time.
place in the warehouse. If you guys want to camp in the warehouse. But we need to find Hayden and we need to find the package.
I say we get into the warehouse and then we find a place to hide, and then we can watch the meeting.
That's the same plan.
Yeah,
What's-
that's. I'm sorry. It sounded like I had the same plan as you and didn't acknowledge yours. I was agreeing with you. It just came off weird because doing this voice sometimes takes a lot out of me.
I guess I'm a little confused. What's more important here? Getting your friend out or hiding and waiting for a meeting?
Could be the same meeting the people who are trying to acquire Hayden.
That is what I think. I think the meeting is known. That we just get Hayden and leave.
So, you would wait to rescue him until you've heard some information?
The thing is, we don't even know what's in there until we get in there anyway. So we're going to have to do that before we really know how to proceed.
I also don't know how we're going to get him out without getting seen.
Well, I'm assuming there's another exit.
Oh.
We just need to know what
I
we're
would be
dealing
even
with
bold to
first.
say that multiple portals go to this warehouse, not just this one.
Okay, what if I turn into a fly and I get more information for us? Right now.
Sure, let's do it.
VS, check
Okay,
your DMs,
okay.
please. You can't fly, by the way, till level 8, but you can be a bug.
I just want to be a
Roll your
fast bug. What's a fast
fast
bug that
bug.
doesn't scare me? That's what I want to be. A fictional fast bug that does not scare me.
Got it.
Thanks. A lizard. I can be a tiny lizard.
Sure.
Something that can climb walls.
A cockroach.
Actually, I am 100% okay being a cockroach, but they can technically also fly. But I will be a non-flying cockroach. I will be a Madagascar hissing cockroach.
Oh god, well then you
Amazing.
might get killed.
Tiny baby cockroach.
Teeny tiny 3
Can't kill
gram.
cockroaches.
baby
Everybody knows that.
cockroach.
I hate
All
that
right.
word so much. I'm like literally
Wait, what word?
heebie-jeebying. I hate cockroaches. They're fucking
Oh,
disgusting.
I'm gonna be a lizard then for
can't.
Mac's sake. We're gonna be a lizard.
Yeah.
Oh, you would have died here the other night. This big.
Oh yeah. I literally would have burned
His
your
name's
house down.
Barry. We don't know where he is. We lost count. We lost him.
I would have that's a hotel stay for me.
All right. You turn into a little tiny
Little
baby
blue
lizard. Gotcha.
And I book it in there because I only got an hour.
Alrighty.
Using my animal shape, alt shape,
How do you get in?
under the front door.
Okay. I will have you make. You tell me if you think athletics or acrobatics would be for squeezing under a door.
I don't know, man. I've seen a lizard do it though. Well, I'm gonna go with dex based.
Sure.
Hold on, I gotta find a lizard. I was prepared to be a rat.
If a lizard expels its flatulence to make it thinner, does that give her advantage?
No,
Are you saying if I fart, I can get under the door?
no,
Yeah.
no, it does
I'll
not.
do it. I'll do it. As a lizard fart for y'all.
Yeah, just roll roll your d20.
Okay. An 18 plus
Plus nothing.
0. Yeah.
Yep. So you kind of get the door and squeeze under it, and kind of shimmy. And your lizard eyes, you can see the Goliath woman, just sort of like just sitting at the table, like arms crossed, not really foraging, and just like looks bored.
Okay, I blink my eyes and then I lick my eyeball and then I run towards the door.
Your legs are like all crazy looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you run over to the glowy door, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Sure.
and I'm gonna crawl under it. This could end so badly.
This door is not like you couldn't crawl under it as a crab. You can't crawl under it as a lizard. Like it's
You said I could as an insect.
as an insect.
I'm a tiny lizard. They can be tiny. So can
Okay.
crabs, technically.
Make another acrobatics.
I'm a bug.
roll, then.
I just don't want to be a spider or
That's
a
okay.
cockroach. Oh my god,
Don't
Max.
say the words.
What if he's like a gnat?
I can fly, so he doesn't want me to be a flying thing.
You can't.
Silverfish.
An ant.
I'll be a silverfish. They're disgusting, but I'll be one.
Aren't they a cockroach?
Oh,
Not to
damn
gross
it.
people out, and you all are making it.
Are they really?
No.
I
Aren't
thought
they
they
more like a
were.
millipede type of thing? Or?
Oh.
Oh man, we're going in
about to
dangerous
That's even
Google
territory.
it.
worse. God, I hate everything. Can we burn this show down? Burn the episode. Just burn it. Set it on fire, chat.
No, just roll your damn acrobatics. You're an amorphous blob being at the
Okay.
moment.
You cast that
12.
arachnophobia mode.
I'm a danger dumpling.
12. So you kind of get halfway under, and then your little whatever you have, your little feeties are like sliding across the floor.
It's like Winnie the Pooh trying to get through the hole, but it just works. I'm hoping.
Yes, and then you
God.
finally just squeeze through, and there's a little cartoonish, like like a little popping sound, and you're in this room, and it's just as Taj had described. There is sort of another area for a forge in the back. There is like a large carpet, some storage things in here, and then a large door with golden glowies.
Wait, there's another door with golden glowies.
The door with golden glowies was behind the door. Like the gold glow you saw was like emanating. It's not from the one you crawled under, it's this door.
I see. Okay, first I want to look around this room to see if I see Hayden.
No.
Do I see any packages marked for Lucian Ashbourne?
Make an investigation roll.
Okay. $16?
Yes, you do. So
Oh,
on the
sweet.
table back here, you can see that there are like things like ready to go, packaged up, some like weapons, and you see like almost like a very neatly like square package here with initials on it, which you could ascertain to be Lucian. It doesn't seem to be like a rigid, it's like a soft like package.
Okay.
It's not like a box or anything.
Okay, cool. I'll leave that and I'll try to go into the gold glowy door. Actually, can I do an arcana check on that first to see if I know like what magic it's using?
Sure.
Wait, I'm confused because I thought Taj did clairvoyance look behind the first door.
She did, and then looked behind the second door. And when she went to where she assumed was behind the second door, it appeared in the alley.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm so sorry, you guys. I have a very bad migraine. I apologize profusely. Okay. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna YOLO run under that door. Golden door. Let's go.
So upon closer inspection, this is different than the door that you crawled under both times. This has the appearance of a door here, but isn't actually like something to crawl under. If you attempt to crawl under it, you just go through it.
Okay.
And you find yourself in a building that has a similar layout. However, it's not a smith. It appears that there are boxes and crates and like raw goods and all kinds of stuff. And it looks similar, but there are doors where there weren't doors, but there are also like open areas that used to be doors in like the different room. So similar layout, different floor plan, I guess you could say. And you can hear some yelling. Let me look at what languages you know. You hear some yelling in some languages, in a language you don't understand. But you do see a few goblins, a couple wargs, and what looks to be some hobgoblins ordering them around. At first glance, you don't see Hayden.
Okay. I'm gonna start scurrying around to look for Hayden, and whichever direction looks like it has the bigger boxes and bigger crates, I'm gonna look. Like, I'm guessing he's gonna be inside some sort of crate. And then while I'm doing that, I'd like to get a head count of all the goblins and hobgoblins and orcs.
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna attempt to be sneaky?
Yes.
Okay. Roll a stealth roll.
Do I use the lizards?
You
Dex
tell
for that?
me. I don't. I'm not hip
Think
on
so.
your.
Technically, yes. Okay, so 12.
12. Okay. So you're trying to sneak around with your little feeties as a lizard, and you don't see Hayden. As you're running around, you count 4 goblins, 2 wargs, 3 hobgoblins. And as you're scurrying around, they're using the wargs to sort of move large crates around. And this goblin is sort of yelling at the warg, and it stops and turns, and just you see it go and start sniffing the air. And then it locks eyes onto you as a lizard.
That bath perfume. Told you guys. Okay.
And it's looks at you and starts to lick its lips.
Shit. Okay, I'm gonna book it.
Okay.
Back through the door.
Okay. I will say, in this case, as the goblin is sort of pulling on the warg and trying to get it to do what it's doing, it's going to be not quite as quick as it would normally. So you are essentially going to make it right back under that door before you hear
Ooh.
jaws just snap right as you go through the portal door. And you are back.
I just run back to the party. Yeah.
Okay. You scurry all the way out. and make it back outside.
Okay. Once I get back with the group, I'm gonna unlizard. Okay. Okay. Oh, this isn't good. This isn't good.
What's not good? What happened?
There's a warehouse and it's full of things that are gonna eat me. There's wargs. There's like, wait, was it 2 of them? There's goblins. 2 of them. And hobgoblins, 3 of them. Wait, did I get that backwards?
4
4
goblins,
goblins.
3 hobgoblins.
That's a lot of goblin hopping.
Yeah, and the wargs smelled me, so even if we're invisible, they might smell you. I think they smelled the bath perfumes, and then it wanted to eat me, so I ran. But I didn't see Hayden, but I did see a lot of boxes and crates. Oh, and I found the package for Lucy, and that's just inside the first room that Tosh saw through her magic.
Hmm.
Good? I mean,
So we could at least get that.
well, I mean, the contact said Hayden is in the warehouse, so he has
Yeah,
to be
but
there
I
somewhere.
don't. I think we're gonna have to fight things if we go in there.
Most likely.
I mean, did you see anything like a door or window outside? Maybe we can go there physically instead of the door.
No, I didn't see anything like that. I was just full of crates, and they were moving them around, and I would have stayed longer, but the wargs could smell me.
Well,
So we
now
know-
we know.
We know that there's a small room behind the first door with another door in there.
Yeah.
You wanted it there, and it was the actual warehouse.
Yeah.
So we can either go with the original plan and try to. Taj looks like the guy, and we force our way in, or maybe try to distract the person in there, then sneak in.
Oh. Taj, could you just be the guy and tell the guard to leave?
That might work. It might not, but I can always try.
Like, oh, go make me a cup of tea or something.
Shall
Oh.
we do it right now, or do you want me to wait?
The door's probably locked, though, right?
Oh.
Maybe ask when you tell them to leave. Be like, "Oh, you know, I can never remember where I put my keys," or something. See if they can tell you where maybe like a set of keys is for the doors. I doubt they'd leave them unlocked.
True. You're not gonna have the same clothes. So you could say you fell into the mud and left your jacket to get cleaned, and then the keys are there, and then ask them to open the door for you.
Perhaps. How about, you were at the bar, someone stole your keys, and you came rushing back to make sure they didn't try to get into the shop.
That could work.
I mean, you can come up with anything. It's worth a shot.
I'm fine with any option. I think Tosh will know what to do.
Should I do it right now, or do we wait?
Is everyone prepared for this?
Well,
As prepared as I'll ever be.
I could prepare better spells if we did it later.
Well, we don't have later.
Might. But yeah, I'm down. I say we get Hayden back. I miss Hayden.
All right, so I will invis or instill John, and then Taj, you invis myself and Hooter. Then you become Grom, and we give this a shot.
Oh, actually, if the door's locked, I could just unlock it from the other side.
You?
I'll turn into a lizard again and I'll crawl under the door. And then once I
Okay.
hear the guard leave, I'll just open the door.
I mean, it's a blacksmith shop. Plenty of tools to bust a lock.
I just assume
But
it's
is
the
it
kind
the
you can
magical
unlock
door?
from the inside. Is that not true?
If you'd like, sure.
That way you don't have to try and get them to unlock the door. You just have to get them to leave.
Okay.
They have to be
Well,
lizard
I
anyways because we don't
will-
have another invisibility, right?
Yeah, I can twin invisibility.
Well, we ready?
Ready, initiate?
All right,
I'm
remember,
ready, Watcher.
if you attack or get hit, cast a spell. This invisibility will end. Just remember.
I assume it will come to blows at some point.
All right.
But it might not have to, and we can be clean in and out. That is the way.
All right, we have 1 hour once these spells are cast.
Are we
Nice.
ready?
All right. I twin the Holy Bros.
And then who am I casting it on?
Cooter and myself.
I twin it to Cooter and Azric.
Emmy, all your
And
friends
I'm a
disappear.
lizard. I mean, I'm a danger dumpling.
You're something that's not gonna get
You can
eaten
do
by
lizard, it's
something
fine.
else.
You're okay. You can do lizard.
Okay.
It can be very
Alrighty.
small.
Everyone's
See.
invisible. You see Taj. Were you taking a different form, I believe?
Yeah, I was gonna be the like that shopkeep guy that went to the bar, Grom, and
Mhm.
then like we assume that like we went to my chest and changed into a different set of clothes. Like,
Yeah, you can go back and prepare and come back if you'd like.
yeah,
Get
yeah.
some
Like,
Dwarven
I'd like to
clothing.
assume that I got a chance to go to my costume chest, and I am now
Oh.
dressed in similar fashion.
Okay.
Would that have given us time for a short rest?
Yes.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Means I have one wild shape left.
But you would be coming back and casting the invisibilities for Azric's sake.
Yeah.
He's a short rest king. Alrighty, so you are there. Your friends are invisible. Taj is Grom, and Emmy is Lizard.
Ah,
All right.
Hold on, I'm using my ability to get spell slots back after a short rest.
Arcane recovery.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So you're there at the door. What do you do? Give us your best Grom impression.
I don't remember what he sounds like, so
Scottish
Scottish
dwarf.
dude.
I literally don't know how to do Scottish. So because my voice takes part, so can we just assume? 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I just thought it'd
That's
be
like the
fun.
one thing
That's
I like
okay.
straight up don't know.
That's okay. So what do you say? So
So I come through the door and I look at the guard. It like because the guard's inside or is he outside?
the door's locked.
The door's locked.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
outside because he locked it when he left, and the other person was inside.
Okay. I like knock on the door and I'm like acting a little like belligerent, just a little bit.
So you knock on the door and you hear from inside, "We're closed. Come back tomorrow."
Let me in.
I love it.
What? And you see the sort of little slat open on the door. They look out.
What the hell are you doing, Grom?
Those buggy bastards. They jumped me. Let
And
me
she-
in.
closes the slat, and you hear locks opening.
Not again. This is the third time this has happened this year.
I was just enjoying myself, and those bastards, they got me. They took my bloody jacket too.
Get inside. The meeting they'll be here any minute.
About that, I was thinking maybe I just handle the meeting and you just go.
You want to handle the meeting yourself in this condition?
Well, yeah, I'm the boss.
All right, big boss.
You sit down at the table here, and she's treating you like a helpless drunk person at this point.
You just have a seat, and we'll make sure everything goes smoothly.
I said I'm the boss.
I know. You're the boss, Grom. You're the big boss. You got it. Here you go.
Give me water.
Oh my God, I'm crying.
Yeah, if you can, if you really want to try, you could try like a persuasion or an intimidation at disadvantage if you'd like.
Okay, I'll do persuasion at disadvantage. But can I use my inspiration?
Yes. So you'd be a straight roll now.
Okay. Come on, baby. Damn it. 7.
7. Gotcha. She's like, that's right. You're the big boss, and you're gonna do the big meeting. All right. Well, I'll just be here to help you.
I don't need any help.
That's right. You don't. I'm just here to learn from you, big boss.
I feel like you're belittling me.
No, Grom, no. And she does like get you like a cup of water and like sits you down at the table. And she closes the door behind you all. I'm assuming everyone kind of filed in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need
in the commotion.
Yeah. I'm gonna need a group stealth roll. So everyone roll stealth for me.
Oh boy.
13.
14.
Okay.
Let's go, critter.
16.
12.
Oh yeah, Zillajarn.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Ooh. Nat 20.
Oh, holy bro.
Holy bros!
Wowee, Zillajarn. Nat 20. What a guy.
Like that saved us just now.
Saved us. Yeah.
What a holy bro.
And our passive perception. You're invisible. So yeah, you kind of scramble all in as behind Taj's facade, and you're in the room here.
I do our invisible cue as I walk by Taj / Grom and do the little our caress to let each other know.
Mm-hmm. The I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it.
We're in. Okay. So you were in front here. Is there anything that you all would like to do while you're inside? So you make your way in, and then what?
How long until the meeting?
From what the Goliath woman said, that it's imminent. It's happening soon. I want to know what the invisible people and the lizard person are gonna do.
I'm going straight under the other door so that I can be ready.
Alrighty.
assuming
we're-
Go ahead.
One moment. So first thing, another athletics roll for Emmy.
Okay.
I was gonna say I was gonna lift the door to make a bigger gap.
Oh,
Lift the door?
No, nothing.
No, not like this.
Okay.
It's like
Oh,
it's a
okay.
like a locked, like strong door.
Okay, got it. Your window. I'm gonna keep an eye out. No window.
There's a slat in the door.
Ah,
I rolled a 10.
10 is exactly what you need to squeeze under there. Alrighty. So all of you are, I'm assuming, waiting around, invisible, at the door.
Yes.
And the Goliath woman gets you some water, Taj.
Here you go, Grom.
I just like sloppily grab it, you know, and like drink it down.
You said you lost your keys.
He bloody took my whole jacket, and I just like, I'm just like clearly my jacket is gone, you know.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of look at her, and I'm like, thanks for always being here and taking care of me.
No, not again. Not doing this right now. Pull yourself together.
And then you hear a tap, 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 like an aggressive tapping at the door. Hello? Open up, please. Hello? And she's like, oh, shit. And she like grabs your shoulders.
Pull yourself together, Grom. Pull yourself
Okay.
together.
Okay.
And she's like panicking. And she goes over to the door and opens it up. And 3 people enter. There are 2 noblemen that sort of just look like lackeys. One is a human, one is an elf. Both wearing very fine clothes. Everyone is like rich and posh and has like a walking cane for some fucking reason, just because it's stylish. And then the third person sort of emerges, and they are a sort of a light purple colored tiefling. And this guy has like a pencil mustache that sort of like flares up at the end, has like some ostentatious, like literally rose-colored glasses, is wearing like this sort of dark-colored, not really like a uniform, but there's like a bunch of just like epaulettes with like gold like rope on it. His sleeves are just like super baggy. He's wearing pointed boots. It looks like this particular guy has like a white ascot with like a gem in the middle of it. Like he just is oozing money. Like he doesn't know what to do with it, so he decided to wear this on a day-to-day. And he sort of looks around. He's like, I thought it'd be nicer in here, brighter perhaps. Grom, haha, my boy. That's right. And the assistant. Grom, where's my package?
And I kind of like look at the assistant with like eyes like, go fetch package.
And she says, I'll get it for you. He's like, I'm not talking to you, assistant, but you can get my package. Grom, are you feeling all right? You look like shit.
I can say the same about you.
Excuse you, you piece of fucking filth. How dare you? And he like
How
grabs
dare
you with
you
this cane.
Talk like that in my shop. I am an artist. If you're not
I-
going to respect me and my shop and my craftsmanship, then, well, the deal's off.
Oh, the deal is off. How about I rip that gilding off your fucking shop?
Real quick, can I hear all this on the other side of the door?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Lizard Emmy is gonna go find the package for Lucian,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna switch the label to a different package.
Mm.
As a lizard,
It's just a piece of paper, right?
it's like a paper package, like a package that's like wrapped in paper with twine on top of it, with
Oh.
like Lucian on it.
There's not like a
the
name
initials.
tag. It's like written on there.
Yeah, it's like nondescript esque.
Can I pick up a pen as a lizard?
You could try. But I don't know what you're gonna do with it, but you can put a pen in
I
your
was
mouth.
gonna
Sure.
write L.A. on a different package.
Okay, so this is happening, and you hear footsteps outside the door as you're scribbling on packages, and those of you that are outside the locked room, you see the Goliath sort of walk in up to it, pull out a key, unlock it, and step in. For those of you that are crowded around the door, you can see the gold and glowy door in here. And you see the Goliath grab a package and then look at another package that also says LA on it. And then she just grabs both of them and puts them and grabs them both, and takes and then walks back out, sets the packages down, and then locks the door behind her. And she walks back over to Lucian, and presents the packages out to him. And he goes,
I was gonna.
dare you presume to hand me anything? Go ahead.
I was muted. I was
Yeah,
trying to
go for it.
Interject. I was going to. As soon as she put the packages down to lock
Uh-huh.
the door, I was gonna bull rush her through the door,
Okay.
and hopefully
So-
she gets pushed into the portal or something.
Okay.
So
So
that's the other door.
This is gonna be a disaster.
so your plan is when she goes in or goes out
When she goes in,
for the first time?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We're we're
Also-
dangerously close to needing a map, but that's okay. She opens the door, she unlocks it, opens it, goes to step in. You, Invisible Azric, are going to try and do what?
like knock her into the portal or trip her into the other door, or I don't know, just so I can just get in there.
So if your goal is just to get in there, you could just go and slip in behind her. This is a large room that it's not small.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
The golden door is a solid, I don't know, 20 feet from this other door. So,
Okay, I see.
So-
Yeah, if I can slip in there and grab the satchel, then it should go invisible.
mhm.
Yeah, everything you're carrying and
And
wearing.
then, so she
is
would only see
invisible.
the fake LA package.
Gotcha. Okay, so she's going in to grab the package, and you're gonna go in at the same time and grab the package.
Yeah, because
Is
she's
that right?
confused. Yeah, because there's two packages, but I know it's the
Okay.
soft bag.
You see a lizard pointing at the right one.
I was gonna say you don't know which one the right one is, but what I'll say is give
He probably
me
sees me holding a pen.
give me a sleight of hand check. We'll make it a straight roll. You are invisible, but you walk in and have to find this package and do it quickly.
Okay. Got it. Let's go. 17.
17. Let's see here. Alrighty. So you grab the package that she's looking for, and sort of it becomes invisible with you. And she looks and then grabs the scribble package that the lizard just took, that just wrote on it. And she's going to come out with one package. Are you staying in the room or are you walking back out?
I am staying in the room.
All right. She locks the door and makes it back over to Taj. Before we go on, next we've got Core and Cooter. Were you going to do anything in that moment? You can't see what anyone else is doing because you're all invisible and you can't see each other, but
I'm terrified to make a movement or a sound, lest I ruin everything again. I'm just listening for pleas of help.
What about Core?
I think Core probably would have had like a similar idea to follow her in as soon as she opened the door.
Okay. You can be in
That
there,
was
that's
his
fine.
thought process. I was gonna say it, but Moobs ended up doing it.
Oh.
That's okay.
But I don't know that Azric's doing that either, so I
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because we can't see each other. We'd all just try to go in the door at the same time and be
This
like,
is gonna be great. I would like you to make a sleight of hand check
I
on
think
this.
he would be a little bit more cautious about it and kind of like wait till she walks in a bit and then slide in.
sliding there.
So make a sleight of hand check as you try to pocket the package intended for.
No,
Is that what your
I was
plan is,
gonna-
or your
I
plan is
wasn't
just
gonna-
going in?
no, the plan for Core was just to go in. He doesn't.
Okay, you're good. You're in. No worries.
Yeah. Okay.
I misunderstood
We're
you.
in. We're in.
Core is in. Azric is in. Zillajarn currently isn't.
I'm chilling
And-
with Zillajan.
Yeah. And then so you have her. The Goliath woman walks over and tries to hand the package over to this snooty dude, and that's where we're back up to speed. And he's like, "How dare you presume to hand me anything? Give that to your superior, and he can hand it to me."
With like
And-
the straightest face I can. I'm like, have my hands out to receive the package, you know.
Yeah, and she like gingerly puts it into your hands.
I wink at her, like,
She's like, "Okay."
and then I step forward and like kind of like bow, give it to the person.
That's better. That wasn't so hard, was it at all? And he takes the package and slaps it over to the person on his right and goes, "Open it. I want to see it. I'm so excited." And this person like gingerly like starts to open it. He's like, "Oh, fuck off," and like grabs it and just rips it open. And this particular package, similar like size or so. I'm assuming in your lizard brain you were like, "I'm gonna find a package that's close to what this one looks like," right?
I mean, I have a normal brain.
I know it's just fun to say
Okay.
lizard brain.
I don't know what you're trying to say about Emmy, and I don't know that I appreciate it, but yes.
And
Taj
your big,
appreciates it.
super smart lizard brain.
Yeah, I just whatever was similar looking nearby,
I burst it open, and then looks at it, and looks at Grom, and looks at it, and he rips it open, and it looks like it's just like fine like silks that are like folded up neatly. What the fuck is this? Grom?
I like look at the package and I look at my assistant and I'm like, you nitwit! And then I'm like, I guess I'll go and do it myself. And I like hand me the keys, you know.
Mm-hmm. And he just like drops the package in front of him. He's like, Grom, I want my fucking cape. Give me my cape. I want my cape.
And
now.
I get the keys from
She hands him over and she's like, oh, okay.
clean this up. And then I go back like to the door, unlock it, and then while I'm in that room, I also unlock the gold door.
The gold door you can just walk through. It's a portal.
The portal, okay.
So you walk in.
Yeah, I walk in. And
I whisper that I have it. But
apparently
next
it's a
to her
cape.
ear.
And I tell him that like it's a cape.
Okay, I'm good. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna. I say okay.
Do I guess as a group, do we give it back or like?
Can we make a fake version of it?
Close the door, or tell everyone to come in and close the door. We're gonna just go through the portal.
Yeah.
So Zillajarn can't see anybody, and he's like,
Is there anyone still here?
I'm here.
The door's open. Should we go in?
Maybe yes, just in case.
And then
Quietly,
can I lock the door that we're in from the inside?
oh yeah.
Okay, so I have the keys. I lock the door,
As
So
you
we're
walk
and then
in.
we all can just
in-
go in the portal.
We're all in like the closet, right?
We're all in the room that you saw the glowing emanating come from. And so now we're in like this holding room about to go into the gold door
Oh
room.
yeah, let's just lock the door and leave. We don't care about
Yeah.
these people.
Yeah, fuck these guys.
This is
So-
not our problem.
So
Not our problem.
Cooter and Zillajarn start like quietly making their way to the door, and Cooter, you make your way in, and Taj, you go to close the door, and you're like closing it quietly, you know, it doesn't raise suspicion, and then you feel like some resistance on it, and you hear oh, as you kind of stub Zillajarn's toe, and he like holds the door open and like sneaks in, and then you close it behind him. You can't see him at all, but you kind of knew that's what happened. And the door is closed and locked behind you.
Yeah, and I have the
and-
keys.
Yeah, and you
Good, I'm gonna
just
unload
hear
that.
this guy is just going off on this poor Goliath woman who's like an apprentice blacksmith and has got into some shit over her head, and he's just like crybaby whining about where's his cape, he wants his cape, where did Grom go, like just letting her have it.
All right, let's just get the fuck through the portal, please.
Brace the door so that when the real guy comes back, he actually does have the keys.
So can we
Are you
like
normal?
quietly move furniture or like actually it's a blacksmith area, so can I just like put like a spiky like thing like under the handle, you know, so
chair.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
Even
I
if
would
I
Won't he
do
say-
just
unlock the
remove
door,
it
they
when he
can-
comes back?
can open it.
yeah, you could easily find like a piton. This is a blacksmith area.
Oh,
and you
I
just
have one of those.
jam it under the door.
Yeah,
smart.
yeah, I jam it so that way even if they unlock it, they can't do shit.
We're all
I'm
here.
gonna
right?
grab another random package just that I think looks nice.
Okay.
Can we all
let's
grab
see.
one?
I was like, can we all grab a random package?
Yeah. All of you grab
Goody.
a random package.
Oh,
Sarah.
presents.
Core say, we all in.
I'm here watching.
So
No,
It's
what?
okay.
Present.
to the golden door then.
Yes.
Okay, when we go through there, they're gonna smell us, so it really doesn't matter what we are.
Well, might be able to sneak up on them.
We'll have visibility on our side, so Let's go.
Okay, well, I am not an animal anymore.
Well, oh, the time ran out for you?
No, I just didn't. I wanted to grab a package too.
Oh, I was like, we could have grabbed one for you.
They can grab one for you if you want to stay as an animal. They can grab one for you.
I didn't talk. I just because I told them I wanted to tell them to brace the door was the real reason I lizarded. So I'm fine with it. I'll go in.
I would have done that anyways though, because
Yeah,
I
she
was gonna
mentioned it.
suggest that.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I'm still gonna be a lizard. Okay, sorry, I didn't want to
Yeah.
mess
You
up
just
plans. I
lizard tap on your favorite package so they grab it for you.
yeah. I see everyone else take one, and I'm just like with my little tail. I'm like, and I lick my eyeball again.
Okay. And I'm assuming you all are going through the portal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Who's in
Um,
first?
You all go through this portal.
Can I withdraw into my shell and then they can just shove me through the portal?
I can't see.
I
Just
can't
in
see you.
case. Oh, but they can smell me. That
They
old
can-
lady Musk.
If you want to, coordinate to, we'll figure that out when we cross the threshold, literally.
Before we walk through, we need a call sign to acknowledge each other. So we'll just be like, oh, like a bird noise or something.
Oh, yes, got it.
More bird-like though, like more avian, like oh, or something.
Got
Beautiful.
it.
All right, maybe.
Oh,
Core.
You just hear a core like sign say, "How the fuck have you all survived this long?"
Okay. Bird noise out. Taps are in. Taps are brilliant. So it's gonna be a unique tap. It's gonna be like tick tick, tick tick tick. All right.
Tick, 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 tick.
So make that tapping noise to acknowledge that it's us.
tick, 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 tick.
No, like tick tick, tick tick tick, like triplets at the end.
Tick, 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 tick.
Not two, like quarter notes, tick tick, and then triplets, tick tick tick.
I'm going through the portal. You all can follow.
All right, and you all go through the portal, and you see what Emmy had seen when she was in here last as a lizard. Immediately to your right is a hobgoblin sitting at a desk. There are two wargs being attended to by two goblins as they're moving around large crates. And you can also see at least two more goblins, and you see one more hobgoblin at the moment instead of two more, like Emmy had mentioned. And I think that is going to be a good place to end our episode for the evening, because I believe next time the shit is going to hit the fan.
We're so close.
Oh, yes.
So, anyway, thanks everybody for watching and hanging out with us. I hope that you enjoyed our little episode. It seems like you are within smelling distance of getting your friend back, hopefully. So, what I will say is, I will allow you all to choose who the MVP was for the session. And
We're voting as a collective.
oh,
group?
I'm gonna let the chat vote. So go ahead.
Oh,
and-
okay.
The poll is open. You all can choose. Whoever gets the most MVP votes is going to get an inspiration to use for next time. So get your votes in right now in chat. With that being said, thanks so much for watching. We will be back next week for episode 29. Also,
Already? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Also on Monday we'll have Tome of Knowledge, and Wednesday we'll have our Bun art stream. So you definitely don't want to miss those. If you want to get early access to our Out of Combat episode in podcast format, just go take a look at our Patreon, and then also take a look at our YouTube as well. So thank you all so much for watching. We appreciate all of the follows and subscriptions and all of the support on the show. It's very much appreciated. any of you all have any almost like closing arguments? Have any closing arguments before we wrap up this case?
Your Honor.
That was,
I object.
a fun and extremely stressful session. It was good.
It was so much fun. That was so much fun.
Very
Confusing.
nice.
Sorry.
That's okay. I debated on whether I should pull the maps in now or later, but it worked out.
Oh,
And
it wasn't your fault. It was confusing. It was our fault.
that's okay. But I will go ahead and call the poll now, even though it's still running for a few more seconds. But Taj,
we
go
know
ahead and
who
take an
wins.
inspiration. Yeah, go ahead and take your inspiration
Definitely
back for next
MVP.
episode.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you all for voting, and we will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Happy holidays. Happy New
Bye.
Year.